Hello students, come on, let's read the lesson An Equal Share.
An equal share, adapted from The Rightful Inheritors, translated by V. Abdullah. I was very happy to own a plot of land to call my own. It was a 2-acre plot with coconut palms and an old house. The price of coconuts was going up, and I was in high spirits at the thought of my trees laden with the fruit. But then the trespassers came. They did not seem to be at all afraid of my watchdog Sean, or perhaps even the police. And so the first arrivals were the birds and the butterflies. Perched on the boughs and branches of trees, the birds chattered on. And then there were the loud crows, who would swoop down on our hens and chicks. And then came the hawks. They weren't alone. There were mongooses in the bamboo bush, and foxes hid in the shrubs close by, ready to pounce on the hens. We also had rats. They were, of course, everywhere we looked. Even as I stood wondering what right all these creatures had to be on my land, there came on the scene a cobra. It stood before me, dignified, majestic, its hood spread out. The animals didn't seem to care that I was the owner of the land. At that point, my wife said, "Have you noticed how our fruits have ripened? The birds and bats are eating everything." I replied, "But that's the beauty of it. God has created fruit, roots, grass, grain, flowers, water, air, warmth, and light. Whatever grows on this land is meant for all of us." But my wife didn't see it that way. One day, she went out and bought a large tin of rat poison. This was mixed with bananas, rice, and tapioca and scattered on the patch. In 4 days, 5 hens, 12 squirrels, 200 rats, and a cat lay dead. But the tender coconuts kept falling. A few months later, though, we found the real culprits: bats. It turned out that at dusk, huge bats would fly in, cling to the shells, and gnaw into the tender coconuts. My wife said, "We must buy a gun to shoot the bats, the foxes, and the polecats." I replied, "A gun? Never! Guns should not have been invented." But alas, a few days later, my wife's cousin arrived with a grim-looking gun. He said, "It's no use shooting these pests here. Far away on a small island, there are 2 banyan trees, which are home to at least 3,000 bats. I'm going to kill them all." I sent up a fervent prayer. "Bats, oh my bats, fly away. Save yourselves if you know what's good for you." And the miracle happened. The bats were saved. My wife and her cousin returned 2 hours later. There was great fear on their faces. My wife described how, when they went near the trees, they saw 100 people gathered there with menacing expressions on their faces. They said the bats were their respected ancestors, and the people would not let any harm come to them. I said, "Bats are not our ancestors, but they are among God's myriad creations. Let them have the coconuts. Let us be happy with what's left after they have enjoyed their share. All living beings have an equal share in the earth's plenty."
So students, wasn't that interesting? Did you understand the lesson? Now all of you hurry up and attempt answer these questions in 2 or 3 sentences each. Then you have read these lines from the text and answer these questions. So first find these lines in your textbook and then write the answers. After that you come to the appreciating the text. All of you read the words and underline the lines that mention about these birds and animals. After that you have grammar usage. Here you have to attempt exercise on present perfect progressive tense. Progressive tense means continuous tense, and simple past or past perfect tense. Then you have matched the sounds and make sentence. And last is the dictionary work. All of you complete your work and learn it. And see you very soon in my next video.